this was on Jones. And I got through watching Survivor Series, and I got to say, this was a pretty good pay-per-view. I thought the pay-per-view was pretty good. I thought it was very entertaining. I was happy with it personally. I thought that this pay-per-view was actually a must-see pay-per-view. You know, this pay-per-view is well worth your money. A very good pay-per-view. The Rock looked very good in the ring. You could tell he didn't miss a step, but more on The Rock and the main event later. So let's start with the undercard. Let's start with the bottom of the card. We got an unadvertised match with John Morrison versus Dolph Ziggler for the United States Championship, and these guys put on a pretty good match. Now, you know, John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler, these guys got talent, and these guys show, you know, all their athleticism, all of their talent in this ring. But at the end of the day, at the end of the match, it was Dolph Ziggler retaining his United States Championship and John Morrison losing again. But I didn't expect John Morrison to win this match anyway, to be honest with you. It seemed like they wanted to give what is his name, Zack Ryder, you know, a United States Championship match against Dolph Ziggler. But moving on from that, on to the next match, we got a Divas match. This Divas match was actually, you know, it was okay. It was an okay Divas match. It was watchable. I thought it was pretty entertaining. It wasn't one of those like bad, crappy Divas matches where you just go and, you know, you go take a piss or, you know, get your popcorn or something like that. It wasn't nothing like that. It was a pretty good, entertaining, you know, quick, short, you know, like 6 minutes, 7 minutes Divas match between the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix, and what is that girl name? Eve Torres. Between, you know, Eve Torres and Beth Phoenix, and the finish was actually pretty good. You know, I can't think of what Beth Phoenix' finisher is, but she did a finisher. She basically slammed her face from the top rope to the, you know, bottom of the canvas. But it was a pretty good finish, and I thought the match was, you know, it was pretty okay for what it was. Pretty good, entertaining match, watchable, not great, not boring, but more than watchable. Moving on, the next match we had, it was the Survivor Series match. We had the Survivor Series match, and in this match, a certain someone gets buried within like 2 minutes of the match. Matter of fact, it might be less than that. I'm talking about Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler gets buried in this match. Randy Orton buried him. He RKO'd this man. At least within 2 minutes of the match, he gets RKO'd. He gets pinned quick. And I don't understand why. I don't know. Maybe Dolph Ziggler is hurt or something, you know. Maybe they're trying to work a little angle where he, you know, he wrestled a grueling match. And, you know, their match was actually pretty long, John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler. And that's why he, you know, got knocked out so quickly, because he already wrestled a grueling match. But, you know, this match was actually, to me, it didn't start off necessarily great. It started off a little slow, but after a while, within like probably like say 6 minutes of the match started to pick up, and it eventually became good. So I actually thought this match, the Survivor Series match, the 6-man tag match, was actually pretty good. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, but it was actually pretty good. And the heels of this match, these guys win. I didn't think these heels was going to win this match. I thought that, you know, the baby faces was going to win. You know, you got Randy Orton over there. You got Sheamus, a guy who they building up to be a, you know, the next big baby face, you know, of course. But the heels, they win this match. The survivors, you know, for the heels were Wade Barrett and Cody Rhodes. These guys, you know, these guys were the sole survivors of, you know, of their team. So they had a pretty good match, and we'll see where they go on from there. The next match was none other than a World Heavyweight title match between the Big Show and Mark Henry. Now, this match, was the worst match of the night, to be honest with you. Yeah, this was the worst match of the night. This match was worse than the Divas match. And hell, as a matter of fact, the fans was even chanting boring during this match. And you could tell the Attitude Era fans were there. Like, they were there. I mean, these are the fans who would chant boring during your match if your match isn't, you know, good, if it's not entertaining them. So you could tell this isn't a lot of those PG era fans, you know, people who just started watching wrestling like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. These are the people who were watching wrestling probably since the 80s, the 90s, the people who grew up in the Attitude Era, basically, you know, around that time. So a lot of them was there. Most of them was there. It had to be, you know, you could just tell. You can just tell, because I just recognize their reaction from the fans. But moving on, but you know, Mark Henry gets himself intentionally disqualified. You know, he kicks Big Show in his nuts, puts him down. But after the match, he tries to hurt the Big Show again, the same way, he tried to put him out, put the chair on his leg, and then try to come down on it, but Mark Henry missed because the Big Show moved his leg out of the way, and then he knocks Mark Henry out, basically, and then he puts the chair on his leg, and then he gets, Big Show drops a leg drop on his leg. Now Mark Henry's leg is now hurt. So it looks like Mark Henry is hurt. I don't know if he's going to have to drop the belt or what, but we're going to have to tune in on SmackDown, maybe Raw, we'll see. We're just going to have to tune in on either one of those days to see what's going to happen next. So, moving on from there. Next match was the WWE title match, and this match was pretty damn good. This is probably the second best. Matter of fact, this match is actually arguably the best match of the night. Yeah, I would say that this was the best match, at least to me personally, the best match of the night. This match just stayed good from the beginning to the middle to the end. Dolph Ziggler and Alberto Del Rio arguably stole the show. At least to me, they stole the show. So this was a really good match, and none other than CM Punk. CM Punk is now the new WWE champion. I think CM Punk is now a 5-time world champion, or at least a 4-time or 5-time world champion. He's your new WWE champion. These guys had a pretty good match, and I think that this feud is going to continue on Raw. And we'll see where they go from here. They had a very good match. This was a really, really good match, and I think they went like 20 minutes. So this match had a lot of time. These guys had a lot of time to work. They showed their talent. CM Punk showed why he is one of the best in the world, and Alberto Del Rio, he showed how good he really is too. So CM Punk is your new WWE champion. And moving on from that, next we got the main event of the night. The match that everybody paid to see, the match that everybody was looking forward to see, the match that had the most hype. John Cena, gotta get my Johns right. John Cena and The Rock versus The Miz and R-Truth. Now this match was actually pretty good, but it sort of slowed down at one point. It was still pretty good. It was still good, but it sort of slowed down at one point, which is why I don't understand why. Maybe because John Cena was in there. But The Rock looked amazing. The man looked like he hadn't missed a step. He did a little roll-up move. I don't think I ever seen him done before. He did something I've seen like Eddie Guerrero do. A lot of these like really technical wrestling guys do. But The Rock, he looked pretty good. The man looked like he was in shape. He looked it better than John Cena. I'll tell you that right now. He looked it way better than John Cena in this match. As a matter of fact, The Rock didn't even get his ass whooped in this match. I don't think anybody even struck him not one time. Not one time. Not one time. I don't think The Rock got slammed or hit. If he did, he probably did. I just couldn't remember. The Rock was dominating. He was dominating in this match. Not that I have a problem with that, because I don't. But I'll tell you this right now. John Cena tried to one-up The Rock in the ring, so he tried to do a couple of different moves that he wouldn't normally do, which I figured he would try to do that because he's not going to let The Rock one-up him, so he's not going to let him do that. But at the end of the day, The Rock did one-up him because when The Rock was in the ring, you had a steady flow of good action, and then when John Cena got in the ring, there's like the flow just slowed down. But other than that, the match was still pretty good though. John Cena and The Rock, they win this match. John Cena got booed, which we all pretty expected. We all knew John Cena was going to get booed. He wasn't going to get cheered. So, but this pay-per-view was very good. This was a very good pay-per-view. After the match, John Cena put the rock bottom on. He got hit with the rock bottom, and I actually thought maybe John Cena was going to hit him, with the attitude adjustment. But this was a good match. That's my review. I would say order this pay-per-view if you want to, because this was a pretty good pay-per-view. This is Warzone Jones. I'm out.